Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I will give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. Starting off with the 144,000, which will be the ruling, governing body in the kingdom of heaven. Also to a lot of the 1/3, the large multitude of believers here in America, which will be men and women and children that will be saved. 2/3 of our people will be destroyed here in America, Babylon the Great. You also have a lot of rebels that are scattered abroad in different countries that will be destroyed. You have the elect that are scattered abroad in different countries that will be saved, or who the world willingly and ignorantly calls so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian, Manasseh Panamanians, Cubans. Right, we are the Israelites. And it's your brother Yeremiah cooking back at y'all with another lesson. Meantime, headlines. As y'all see, I have this article about the Motb, right? But it says man loses password to implantable chip in his hand, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and just get straight into it, right? Let's go to Revelations 13 and 16, right? Because this will be made mandatory pretty soon. And it reads, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, right? That word mark is charagma, in the right hand or on their forehead, that no man might buy or sell if he had the mark or the name of the beast, number of his name. You see that? And that's talking about a chip. Right, and I can prove that. I have this other Bible app on my phone where I can really go into it, because I don't. When I was just using, I can't really look up the words on there. I had to download that blue letter. And go to it on here to prove to Jake, right? Which the elders and apostles have been went over this. I've done it on certain videos. The word mark, charagma. It means, it says a scratch or etching, right? It says a badge of servitude, right? And it says a engraving mark, to engrave something or to scratch something, you got to cut into it. It says a stamp or imprinted mark, or the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand, as the badge of followers of the anti-Mashiach. The mark branded upon horses, things carved, sculptured, graven work, idolatrous images, which is not an image, but the point is, it's something going inside of you, something that has to get carved or scratched inside of you, meaning they have to dig inside of you. But it's gonna be a device that you're gonna have to use to buy or sell, and that's what it's gonna be, right? It's gonna be mandatory, right? It don't matter who you are, how much money you got, if you're poor, right? If you're out, if you're not out of jail, right? It's gonna happen, you know. But to that article, right? Let's go into it. It says a magician, right, in Missouri had a kooky idea, right? Well, he was kooky. The Lord put demons on him, and he even do what he did. Right? It says implant a computer chip into his hand and then to do some fun magic tricks with it. You see? Too bad I forgot the password. some dumb shit, man. You know? You gave yourself an Motb. Like, how dumb can you be? Right? It says it sounds like a short story cooked up by Kurt Vonnegut. Salaki if I said that name wrong. But it really happened to Ting Wang, a magician and molecular biologist in Missouri, who posted about his predicament in his Facebook account this month, complete with the X-ray picture of his hand showing the white outline of the offending microchip embedded in the meat between his thumb and his index finger. Right? So what did he mean by magic tricks? You know, I'm not really sure on that. It says magician, so magicians, man, that shit really goes into deception and witchcraft. Let me get Exodus 22 and 18, man, because that's what you get, man. The Lord made you do that stupid shit, and the Lord gonna jack your ass up because you gave yourself the Motb, and now you forgot the What you mean you forgot the password, right? Hey, let me go to Exodus 22 and verse 18 real quick. It says thou shalt not suffer a wish to live. Because ultimately, you giving yourself that. That's the stupidest shit I've heard of in a while. You gave yourself the MOTB. I don't know if that person knows what the MOTB is or if they Israelite or not, but it don't matter. They're going to be destroyed. You know? But the fact that you did that to yourself the Lord gave you a strong delusion, man, because you thought you was going to be able to, you know, work your way out of it. Hey, nah, man. You know? And it's obviously going to be used as a form of control because password for what? How do you need a password to use it? That you know? I know it said he was trying to do something with it, but like obviously you don't have no control over that. And that witchcraft shit, that shit it don't work, man. The Lord's in control of that. YASHAMIAHLA is in control of that. You know? So you take that thing, man, you're gonna be fully under this nigga's control, man. That's why you don't trust in man. This is let me get Jeremiah real quick. Jeremiah 17 and let me see. In 5 it says, thus saith the Lord, curse be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. Right. And that's what you've done, man. You trust in the man, you trust in Esau's technology. You thought you was gonna be able to get that shit out of you or use whatever use it to your advantage according to what Esau told you. Right? I ain't never heard nobody saying they had a password to it, but I mean it does remind me of I've seen videos in the past couple of years of it is out there, it do exist. You know, they have the technology to have infrastructure to use it if it was to be made mandatory today or tomorrow. But that just lets you know, of what they really intend on using it for. You ain't gonna have control over yourself when you take that. And you're gonna be destroyed. You know, so this prophecy is here, man. You know, let me get Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. You see that? So we're not at the time to where things are slowing down or, hesitating. Things are getting faster. Prophecy is moving, more and more each day as we go by. Right? Now it's like we make MOTB videos every day. That's how quick things are moving. But he probably got paid to do that, but Esau didn't trick his ass. That's why you don't trust the devil, man. Matter of fact, let me go to Sirach real quick. Sirach 12 and 10. It says, never trust thy enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go a crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou should be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. You see that? So it don't matter what Esau tells you of what the benefits are going to be for that or how it's going to help you and your family, if you take it or for your own self. Because they're going to push it, like that. They're going to tell you that it's going to be good for your body. It's going to be good for your mind, right? It's going to be able to heal depression, whatever mental sickness you got or physical disabilities you got. It's going to be able to overcome that. Basically, they're going to put that MOTB up, that chip, as the savior, right? And, like I said, the scriptures already say you're going to be able to buy and sell with it, but I believe it's going to be you're going to be able to do more with that. And you're going to have all your forms of ID, everything about you on there. So you ain't going to need nothing else. You are the machine, right? And that's how the Lord is going to use Esau to get you people. All right, let me get this scripture in the book of Revelations real quick. Let me see. Revelation 16 and verse 14, it says, for they are the spirits of devils, which going to that word devil means deceiver, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai Almighty. So ultimately, after the MOTB is made mandatory, World War III is going to follow. Right, because those are one of the last prophecies that have to take place before we up out of here. right? And that's Esau. He's got that demonic, deceiving spirit on him to do what he's doing. But it's ultimately the Lord controlling him. It's got to happen. It's prophecy, right? So it's really the Lord's MOTB, but he's going to have to happen on the left-hand side. And the non-elect ain't going to take it. You know, the elect, they're going to be free from this, right? Whether they, have to go to the guillotine or they get spiritual power and they can get up out of a situation. Hey, that's going to happen. They ain't going to get fucking bamboozled like this dumbass, did. Talking about he want to do some tricks. That's some stupid shit, man. Like I said, the fact that you got to have a password, you obviously hooked up to some type of machine or it's connected to something. And Esau running that shit, man. That's why we don't trust this devil, man. And I don't feel bad for this dude. I don't. They probably a heathen, so the Lord ain't dealing with him anyway. So I just want to do a quick video on this, man. Don't take that MOTB when they come out, man. Hey, pray for more faith, Jake. Pray for more wisdom and knowledge and guidance. This thing's gonna be mandatory pretty soon, man. It's coming soon. So I just wanted to do a quick video on this, man. I'm gonna close out. I would give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Hakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel, Speckled Bird, Tabernacle of David. Very few sisters out there want to say Baba Ball, Shalom.